Hey, hello, my friends. Happy Friday. Risa coming to you live here for Friday Live every Friday at noon Eastern. Today, my darlings, we are talking about what keeps us stuck. And so, type in, say here, and if you're on the recording, type in and say hello. And tell me, do you feel stuck right now in a relationship that you're not happy with? What is that feeling of being stuck? Do you find yourself going back and forth in your mind about whether to stay or to go? And maybe you're just really wanting to know if it is it possible to make it work. Maybe deep down inside you already know like it's really not going to work, but it's too scary to even really acknowledge that feeling. I know for myself that was my situation when I was married at the time. It's like I knew deep down inside it was over like a long time ago, and that it wasn't going to get better and it wasn't going to change that much. But I was too afraid. I needed someone to just kind of shine a light on the situation for me and kind of talk me through. And it wasn't really until I got the support I needed to be able to take the action that I needed to take to move ahead in my life, really, which ultimately I believe serves everybody's highest good. So I'm here to maybe, be that person for you. I'd like to help you sort out because you don't need to stay stuck in indecision. And what I want you to understand about that is that first of all, it's perfectly natural to be stuck. In fact, research shows that most women stay stuck in unhappy relationships for a lot of years because they just don't have the tools or the support they need to be able to make a decision that's right for them. And so that's why I'm here for you. And that's why we're talking about this today is what keeps us stuck. And so, if you feel like you keep going back and forth in your mind, maybe I can make it work, maybe it's good enough, or every time you start to contemplate making a change, it becomes way too scary. What if I never find anyone else better? I don't want to be alone. It's too scary. I mean, there's a whole host of what ifs that come up because let's just face it, you know what? It's scary. It's a making a decision to leave a relationship that you've been in a long time, to leave a marriage. It's huge. It's a huge change and it's very scary. And so that's why it's normal to be stuck because that's our brain's protection mechanism. It's sort of that primitive part of our brain, sometimes referred to as the lizard brain, which just it's that fight or flight response. And so anytime we start to contemplate a change, unknown is very threatening, it's very scary, and so the confused mind does nothing, and that's the protection is our that part of our brain, that part of it's afraid. It's like we just keep going, makes us keep going back and forth in our mind, and so we stay stuck in confusion. And so really, the indecision really comes from fear. And so what I want you to do right now is just take a breath, to put your hand on your heart if you like, and just take a breath. Give yourself a little calming. Just by putting your hands on your heart automatically calms your nervous system. And just know that, you know what, it's okay. You don't have to make any decisions right now. Wherever you're at in your relationship, wherever you're at in your situation is perfectly fine. And what I want you to know is that not deciding is a choice. And it's okay if you make that choice consciously by saying, you know what, I don't need to make any decisions today. I can take my time, I can sort this out. But if we're just defaulting to fear and letting that part of our brain that just wants to keep us safe be in the driver's seat, it doesn't feel good. And your heart will not let you, it will not lie, and it will not let you just sweep it under the rug. Do you ever notice? Like when we don't address our feelings, our discontent, it grows and it will keep growing. And this is the cost of indecision. When we don't acknowledge how we feel, when we don't get the support that we need to break out of that cycle of fear and indecision, our discontent grows. It takes a toll on our health. We take it out maybe in ways that are misdirected, that we don't want to, maybe on people that we other people that we love. Our anger, our frustration, it just tends to pop out when we don't want it to. It's affecting our partner. It's creating a lot of just the longer we let our discontent grow. Would you agree? Type in the comments, you guys, if you agree. It just grows, and it gets worse. So I say, don't worry if you're ignoring your heart right now. Don't worry, because it will get bigger. And what I want you to do is feel empowered to take back your power right now, to honor how you feel and get the tools and support you need to be able to sort it out and figure out. Yeah, most of the women I work with, they want to know, I did everything possible. I showed up as the me I want to be in this relationship. I up-leveled my communication skills so that if I make the decision, it's going to become clear to me. That I will tell you guys, clarity, it's not something that you're going to figure out in your head. It's not a list of pros and cons. That can help a little bit, just help you get some clarity, but it's a knowing that you come to in your heart, and there's actually a process that you need to go through. And what it looks like is that when you show up and be the person that you want to be, it's like we have to do our own work first. It's like you be the one that you want to be in your life. And then you up-level your communication skills, and then you'll see, can he dance with you now? And I'm changing how I'm showing up. I'm showing up in my power, my authentic self, fully expressed as the loving, most best version of me that I can be for me first, and making myself happy in my life. And then you see what happens, and you allow the clarity to emerge. That's what the relationship clarity process looks like. I've actually identified a specific process to help you figure out if you can make your relationship work or not. And so for right now, though, I want you to take a breath. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling caught in this cycle of fear and indecision, I just want you to give yourself a little break right now. Take a breath and just know that's perfectly normal. And wherever you are right now in your relationship and your situation, it's okay. And, unless you're in physical danger or there's real emotional abuse going on, it's not an emergency. You don't have to make any decisions right now, this red hot minute, but you can make it from a conscious place of deciding just to recognize, what, I'm going to acknowledge how I feel. I can get the tools and support I need to figure this out. I don't need to make any decisions today. Doesn't that feel good to know that? Just take a breath. And I'm here for you. And I'm doing a masterclass, y'all, tomorrow. And I really want to invite you to join me. It's how do you know when it's time to go? We're going to dive deeper into how do we break free from fear? What do we have control over? What do we don't? How can we start to just let go of all the pain, all the frustration right now that you've been experiencing, and just come back home to yourself, to your center, and to start to get the tools you need to be able to do your own work first, so you can show up as the person you want to be, and then see and up-level your communication skills, and then see if it's going to work or not. And we're going to talk more about what does that relationship clarity process look like. But the opportunity right now you have before you is just to also know that it's our opportunity right now is to look at what are the patterns that are running within us that are contributing to the dissatisfaction. Because if we don't clean that up, and we all have it, and I'll guarantee you right now, if you're in a relationship and you're not happy, there's patterns that we all have, our stuff we bring to our relationship, like why we chose that person to begin with and what's happening right now. And so we need to sort of look at our own stuff and clean up our side of the street, because if we don't do that, then we take ourselves with us wherever we go, and it's just going to we're going to repeat that pattern. And you won't know. You'll always be wondering, well, maybe if I was showing up differently, maybe if I was with him how I am now with me, then maybe it could have been better. Maybe it could have. So how are we going to find out? Is join me tomorrow for How Do You Know When It's Time to Go? And we're going to do a deeper dive into, just helping you understand what does that process look like, and give you some tools to start to break free from the fear, from the indecision, to come home to you, to honor your feelings, and to understand what does that relationship clarity process look like. So I would love for you to join me live on Zoom. It's tomorrow, 1 to 2 Eastern. There's a link at the top of the page. Just click that link to register and you'll get all the Zoom access details. And so again, for today, take a breath, give yourself a break. It's okay, wherever you are, and just know that this is your opportunity to be in your power and to take your life back, regardless of what your partner is doing or not doing. You can start to just be happier now, just being you. And that actually is the first step in the process to figuring out if you can make it work with your partner. Right? First, you got to be the you that you want to be. And then you can see how it is with you and he. Here's my new poem I just wrote. All right, maybe that was bad. But anyways, darling, I hope this was helpful for you today. Please type in the comments. Give this a thumbs up if it was at all helpful for you. And just be good to you today. Do something nice. Be nice to you. Do something to make yourself feel good today. Give yourself a break. Know that I don't have to make any decisions right now, but I'm going to honor how I feel. I'm just going to be consciously choosing that. I'm not going to let fear take the wheel of the driver's seat in my life. I'm going to take the wheel back, and I'm going to click that link above to join Reset tomorrow from 1 to 2 Eastern on Zoom for How Do You Know When It's Time to Go, our free masterclass. We're going to deep dive. I'm going to give you some really good tools and support to get you on your way to feeling happier right now, having more peace, more clarity, and just to know, like, you don't have to struggle. You don't have to struggle with that question, because where's it getting you? If we keep doing, if we always do what we've always done, we're going to keep getting what we've always got. So let's stop. Just stop right now and know that you don't have to struggle with that question, my love. Come join me tomorrow and let me show you how you can just climb down off that fence and get on the path to finding your true clarity and finding the best way forward that's going to serve you and everybody's highest good. So I love you. Please type in questions, comments, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow for our free masterclass on Zoom. Otherwise, I'm here every Friday at noon Eastern, so come join me live. Type in any questions, comments, things you have to share, and I will talk to you very soon. All right, my baby. Love ya. Bye for now.